the song. Yeah.
Nobody keeps baby in the corner.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yes.
It was. Do you have any good trash talk?
Nothing that we can probably say on air.
It's funny. I like made the decision just sitting at home alone. I was like, I'm done. Like I'm not doing this anymore.
No. Hey, you guys. Welcome back. I'm Lisa Leslie, and this is Fast Friends. And who's my fast friend?
Me, Kelley O'Hara. And I wore the cheetah prants.
Let's go.
The prants. Cheetah print pants.
I like those. Like, you look
To
cool.
scare you.
What are you trying to scare me? You just
Make
want
you
to
a little
run.
nervous.
Bro,
I do.
I am not afraid. But guess what? We got to get into this. We are going to be talking about everything WNBA playoffs. We're going to get into the NWSL.
Nailed it.
Look
Good
at
job.
that. Got my
You're on
acronyms
it.
together.
You're on
I'm
it.
always trying not to say NWA when I say that, by the way.
Oh my God. All right, yeah, we got awards, we got WNBA playoffs, we got NWSL race to the playoffs.
And we got some tea to talk about too.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
there's a little bit of drama.
We got a little
happening.
tea. We got a couple retirement announcements, or maybe not.
Yes.
Question
we do.
marks. Anyway,
We're gonna
all
drop
right.
a few tears maybe.
But before,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna cry.
Okay.
Okay. But before we get into that,
Yes.
Alona Mar, Dancing with the
Alona.
Stars, check in.
Let's go,
Week
Alona.
2. Okay.
Represent, girl.
So she did Man, I Feel Like a Woman first week.
Yes.
Loved. And the whole time I'm watching her dance,
Are
I'm
you
just
holding your breath?
No, I'm smiling. I'm like this. I can't afterwards. I've just been smiling the whole time because she's smiling and she looks like she's having such a fun time.
Yeah.
And I love it. But then this week she danced to I've Had the Time of My Life. Is that the song? Yeah.
Nobody keeps baby in the corner.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yes.
With the the iconic lift.
Yes.
Alan, her partner, lifted her and then she did a lift with him. Like did like a flip thing. It was great. I love
She's the first female to like lift the man though,
Yeah.
right?
Breaking
Only she could do it though.
breaking news, yeah.
Breaking news. Okay.
What
so
a
shout
gal.
out to her. Don't forget to vote.
Yeah,
because
make sure you vote.
Well, don't forget to really vote, but yeah, voting matters.
Yeah. Yes.
All
on
of
all
the
the
things.
things. Yes.
Don't forget.
Don't forget to register to vote in
Bro.
the real voting. That's our girl. She's dancing up a storm.
Yes.
We're pumped for her.
All right.
I can't wait for next week and to see what the dance is. Okay, so let's get right into it.
Let's get into
WNBA playoffs has kicked off.
off.
Tipped off.
Well,
off,
they
sorry,
have,
sorry.
yeah, it's tipped off. And in fact, we have like a game that'll happen tonight that we
Yes.
won't cover because you guys were recording now and they actually play tonight.
So Fever Sun play tonight.
yes.
And then Lynx and
Lynx and Mercury.
Yes.
Yes. Look at you knowing all
I
the
know. I'm
teams.
on it. But already Aces Liberty have advanced to the next round and they're matching up. And I didn't realize that's what it was set for.
Bro, so
I'm
last
stressed
year
about
that
it
was
now.
the finals. Now we are in the semifinals and you're going to see the time of your life. That's going to be a serious matchup.
I know.
Why? We've seen Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Olympic teammates. This is a rivalry. This is the former MVP, current MVP.
Yeah.
That's a serious matchup. I don't even know if they'll guard each other, but if they do, it's going to be sick. Then you got to talk about Chelsea Gray, the point guard for the Aces, is phenomenal. Her assist game she was 1 assist away from a double-double.
Dropping dimes.
12 points, 9 assists last game. She's just such an amazing point guard. But then you have Sabrina Ionescu, who she is really, I think she's had the best season since she's been in the league. Her ability to shoot the 3 ball, her range is sick also. And yeah, she's like here for it. But they are playing like it's a revenge season.
Oh, yeah.
That's
sure.
the thing.
For sure.
And the beautiful thing for New York, I kind of feel sorry for New York. New York Liberty has not won ever since the establishment of the WNBA, and they are an original team. Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
And
well, the Comets sent
that's
them
my
home.
team now.
That's your team. Well, the LA Sparks sent them home. Like every time they had a chance to win a championship, and then the Aces sent them
I
home
know, on their court.
on their court.
Last
But
year.
they have home court advantage.
I know, which is great.
Which could be an advantage, but you're talking about the Aces. The Aces are fully loaded. I mean, Plum, man, you got Jackie Young. Like they have 4 Olympians, and that is tough to beat. It is
tough to beat, but it's also 4 Olympians who are carrying an Olympic schedule on top of a WNBA schedule. So like I said, Liberty's my team. I'm gonna be rooting for them.
Okay.
Hopefully, go to one of these games and, like you said, revenge.
It
from
is
last year.
revenge. It is, but Then there's this young girl, I don't know if you heard of her, A'ja Wilson. Yeah, she's kind of like amazing.
Well,
unanimous MVP.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes.
You weren't sure if it would be unanimous. You actually thought it wasn't going to be. And as it turns out, when I saw it on, I think it was on social media, I saw the grid and I was like, unanimous. Amazing.
Look at that. The media doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Finally.
Love that.
I was surprised because I just knew somebody was going to slip in
do something wild.
An Indiana vote for Caitlin Clark or a Minnesota vote. And that's what I thought would happen. I'm happy that they did the right thing. So congratulations, unanimous. There's only the second player, Cynthia Cooper the first. A'ja Wilson now the second WNBA player to ever win unanimously. But she joins an elite group.
She sure does. Third time.
That's your girl.
She's been named MVP. She's only the fourth player to ever do that.
Yes.
One of those players, one of those four, is this girl.
Yeah.
Sitting next to me.
Let's go.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
I mean, that's a pretty.
So let's name it off. Let's give everybody their love.
Yes. Okay. Cheryl Swoops.
Lisa
Leslie. Lauren Jackson. And now A'ja Wilson.
Yes.
I mean, elite group of players.
Yeah.
But also, like, can you talk to how difficult it is to win MVP and do it 3 times?
Well, it's difficult because of the competition. So I think Cheryl and I must have went back and forth like every other year. You're just like, that's your competition. Okay. I'm like, damn it, she had 20, she had 24, she had 25. You know, I'm trying to get rebounds, points, and block shots.
During the season, are you like, have out of the corner of your eye checking her stats to be like, how are we lining up? Be honest.
I honestly don't remember doing that, but I possibly could have. We didn't have all the resources that we have now. It's not like you just Google it and look it up. True. We didn't really have it like that. But you know that, based on player of the week, right? Because we win player of the week. And sometimes it was, back then it used to be like East player of the week and West player of the week. So we're both in the West also. So you're kind of keeping up with how many players of the week you have. You got to kind of ball out on that.
You got a little chalkboard.
So you have to be really consistent.
Little tab.
Yes. Like, damn it, did I get it? So that, for me, was always, you're trying to at least be a double-double.
You got to get every game. You're trying to get a double-double.
Always.
You're crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So where would you put A'ja on the all-time list now? She's 3-time MVP, 2-time WNBA champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and an NCAA champion. That's a insane resume.
I mean, she's up there with us all. I don't know if you say who's the best player ever. And I mean, I'm just being really honest. In different eras, it's just hard to really figure that out.
That's fair.
I felt like the competition, I felt like I had more competition in that space. There's Lauren Jackson.
So you think that there were more elite
forward
players
and centers.
Yeah. Of your same
position.
profile.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
For sure. Much more physical, like a lot of players. I don't think a lot of players have moved to the 4. They're like stretch 4s. I think it's not as physical, but I think A'ja's a bucket. Like, she can score on anybody. And I think it's difficult for them to block her shot. I think she has a repertoire of moves like we talked about before. So yeah, it's unanimous and she's up there. I mean, if we lining up goats, she's in the line.
Yeah, that's pretty, shout out A'ja. Yeah. So cool. Defensive Player of the Year. It's getting spicy out there.
We need a little tea and we're going to have to slurp on this one.
I actually love that these coaches are kind of getting a little chirpy with each other, speaking up for their players.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a little, I wouldn't say it's trash talking, but it's a little bit of,
it's a little touchy,
throwing
but
a
you know
little
what?
shade a little bit.
So I have to say this. Becky Hammon stood up for A'ja Wilson because that is not only her MVP, but the Defensive Player of the Year. You're thinking that award goes to A'ja. How did she lose it? And for Napheesa Collier, who has had her best season, let's just say that, who was also in the running for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, for her to win it, Becky's like, you really had to dig past A'ja's stats to try to find someone else to give this award to.
Okay, that's my question. Yeah. So is that actually the case?
Because, well, look, your girl got some numbers.
You got stats, so let's hear them.
So A'ja,
I have thoughts because I think that, Napheesa's coach saying like, listen, you can't, obviously A'ja's MVP.
Yeah.
But can you really have Defensive Player of the Year on a team that isn't defensively one of the top teams?
Absolutely, because they are the top team. Yes, you can.
Okay.
Because I got the stats. So the defensive stats for the Lynx, they're number 2, meaning the whole team is number 2 in defense.
Yes.
The Aces are number 5.
Okay, so Lynx are higher than Aces.
Okay. Well, that's the whole team, though. We're talking about an individual award for an
Yeah.
individual who has blocked the most shots, 2.6 blocks. That's a hell of a lot of blocks.
Okay.
I got to look up the numbers to see how many blocks. That might... Have I averaged more than 2.6 blocks? I got to check on that. That's a lot of blocks per game.
2.6.
And
big number.
She, Asia, led in rebounds, which is number 2, only to our girl, Angel Reese. Okay. So she's number 2. Nafisia's number 3 in rebounds.
Okay.
So when you look at an individual player, you're looking usually at rebounds and defensive rebounds. You're looking at block shots, and then you're looking at steals. Asia had 1.8. Nafisia had 1.9.
Yeah.
Right there, I'm saying Asia's closer to a double-double in defense. I'm not trying to pick a side. I'm just saying when you look at the numbers, I understand why Becky Hammond's like, why did you look further than Asia's numbers to try to figure out who's the defensive player of the year? However, Nafisa Collier has been excellent.
Okay.
So it's not like they're wrong in picking her.
Yeah.
But they're wrong. You know what? The numbers don't lie. And I really love Nafisa. I think she's done amazing. Like when I tell you, if Asia had not been as consistent as she has been this whole season, Nafisa would have won her first MVP. Like that's like a fact. Like and I don't know if they thought, well, she didn't win MVP, so let's give her the defensive player of the year. And that's the point that Becky's making.
Fair enough.
So we're going to go ahead and sip our tea and slurp on that one.
All right.
That was serious.
Yeah, we got to talk about DT. Okay. Is she or is she not retiring? What do you think?
I think she's retiring.
Okay.
I think she should retire. Nobody called me. I just want to say to Diana Taurasi, you have been amazing from the day you stepped, I guess really left LA, because I mean, she was a baller in LA. Then she went to UConn. Phenomenal career there as a college athlete. I can't even list all your awards. Then came to the WNBA, had immediate impact. We could not figure out how to stop her. Nobody on our team. If you put a small guard on her, she was able to shoot over the top. If you put a tall guard on her, she was able to drive to the basket. She was just unstoppable. And the good thing about Diana is that she knew it. She's one of the feistiest players I probably ever played against, aside from Dawn Staley. She is a trash talker. And what I appreciate about her is that she also respects other players that, you can't punch me and not get punched back. So we had some great exchanges out there. Love Diana. She's the all-time leading career points in the WNBA. I don't know if her record will be broken, but there is a rookie in the house who can shoot the hell out of the ball like Diana Taurasi. But Diana's been phenomenal at every level, my Olympic teammate. And I always say there's only a few players that I would never leave the country without to go get a medal.
Yeah.
Diana Taurasi's on that list.
Aw, that was sweet.
Thank you.
I love that. Okay, but I do have one question.
Okay.
Did she ever trash talk you?
Yes, she did.
Do you have any good trash talk?
Nothing that we can probably say on air, because when we exchange words, it's kind of one of those things when you have let's just describe it, when you have two alpha males and you realize, a bully can only bully a person who allows himself to be bullied. But when you punch a bully back, then it's like, we can do this however you want to do it.
Exactly.
So that's how I talk to D. Which is how you respect. That's how you respect people.
No,
though.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, you want to talk? Let's talk.
Oh, yeah. I'm really that girl, though.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I just I match everybody's energy. So we can be nice and we can have fun, or we can get down and dirty. But you know what? I'm matching your energy. I'm never going to bring that energy first.
Okay.
So
all right. Yeah.
That's respectable, right?
No, I
that.
appreciate
Let's just be nice then.
Yeah, right.
But I got your back, Kelley.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Listen, I know who to call now.
Yeah.
I got your number. Okay, next round, Aces versus Liberty. Who's winning?
Oh my God.
You got to pick one.
I cannot pick one. But this is what I'm going to tell you. Whoever wins this round
is winning the championship.
No, because I think it's going to be tough, but Minnesota is no punk.
Yeah.
Minnesota has beaten the Aces. That's a hell of a matchup. Minnesota, I'm not sure what the matchup is with New York, Minnesota, but that's not it's not going to be easy. Minnesota is kind of like that underdog that's excellently coached by Cheryl Reeves, and they understand exactly who they are. They know where their points are coming from, their defense. Like, she's not wrong about their defense and their ability to stop these teams. I would be afraid of Minnesota. So I'm not saying that the Aces are like, this is a season that they're going to run through. I'm not doubting them, though, because they are hella tough. They got a lot of pieces, and they know who they are, and they're very well coached. Sometimes it comes down to coaching and heart and effort. And I tell you, the heart of Asia and the heart of Chelsea Gray, that's going to be tough to take down.
All right.
I can't pick.
No, I mean, okay, that's okay. So I'm going to go Liberty.
So get your popcorn.
I'm going to go Liberty.
And watch the Oh, you picking the Liberty?
Yeah, because that's my team.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you think Aces?
I don't. I think that if the Liberty can take care of home, here's where the Liberty kind of disappointed me just a little bit. Sometimes they go on these runs where there's a multitude of turnovers and they're not executing their offense. That's the part for me that makes me a little nervous. And then Jonquel Jones, oh my God, when Jonquel is on and she's dominating, like give me the ball and putting people in a bucket, they really have a chance.
Okay.
The other thing is Breanna Stewart, I've never seen her miss so many shots. I'm just saying.
You're saying specifically this
season.
Okay.
Like, usually, Brianna's a bucket, and she has missed a lot more shots. I don't know why, but she has.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. It's playoff times. Her efficiency goes up. There was a time in that game against Atlanta where she ran out 4 or 5 buckets there, like third, fourth quarter, where you was like, okay, off the glass, tough shots where they got her the ball. And I'm not sure if they're just not getting her the ball enough or if she's really just, like her ball's kind of been like in and out, in and out. Usually that girl, she don't usually miss. Like her shooting percentage is usually so much higher. So they have the pieces, Benijah Laney, tough, physical. Like, I keep an eye on them. I'm rooting for New York because I think the city needs a championship.
The city does need, well.
Another championship, let's just say.
Yeah.
We don't want to rule out all the other folks who won. But they've really got to lock in and continue with their execution and understand where their baskets are coming from. And sometimes, I don't know. Are we trying to get the ball inside to Jonquel and let everybody feed off of her? I don't know. Are we trying to get the ball to Breanna and she kind of creates for herself from the free throw line? Are we trying to get the ball to Sabrina and we want to come off the pick and roll? I feel like they have all those options, but none. What's the bread and butter? That's what a team has to know. Where are you hanging your hat on? And for me, I'm not sure what the Liberty hang their hat on. I'm just not sure. Again, don't come after me, people. Heart and soul. Okay.
Let's go.
Listen.
Heart and soul. You know we love talking stats here at Fast Friends. Here's one that's super simple to remember. Discover automatically doubles the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. That means with Discover, you could turn $150 cash back to $300. That's right, you could put it towards some memorabilia you've had your eye on or treat yourself to a premium sports network. You earn and Discover doubles. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Time for soccer.
Oh, yeah, it is time for soccer. Let's go. What do you want to talk about in soccer?
I want to know
Specifically?
some specific things. Number
Yes.
one, Kelley, how are you doing on the heels of your career?
I know it's over.
I know, that's so hard to say. It's over. You retired. What's kind of interesting, you and Morgan like almost like walk off into the sunset together.
I know, it's really actually weird. It's so strange. I didn't realize it until she sent me the text that somebody had tweeted out about us playing our last game on the same day. And obviously Alex knew that that was going to be her last game, but I did not.
How are you feeling? Just share with us. How has it been? Just be honest, like real quick.
Yeah.
A diary of like the emotions.
It's interesting. I think that when I decided it was last, so I told the team on Wednesday. So I decided on that Friday, and the team traveled to Seattle to play there, and they had ruled me medically ineligible to play in that game because of the turf. They have really bad turf there.
Okay.
We need real grass on all NWSL fields. Anyway.
We need real grass.
Yes. But I had come off of, I knew this was going to be a hard season. I knew that my knee, I didn't know if it was going to be able to handle it. I wanted to make it all the way to the end. Rehabbed throughout the middle of the season and came back and was feeling pretty good. But I just kind of in the back of my head always knew like, I don't know how it's going to feel as I accumulated game minutes, and I
Were
really
you
was
having pain, like if you cut, you have pain, or just hard to warm up, or once you warm up?
all of it, girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt pretty good, and so I was pretty confident that I'd be able to finish the season. But again, as the load accumulated, it's just, my knee just couldn't handle it. And I played on Sunday, the same day that Alex had her last game.
Yeah.
And then I didn't train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just because like my knee wasn't recovering. And it had kind of started to get to a place where I was like, oh, this is really not feeling good. And I'm going back. It was declining rapidly.
Yeah.
And practiced on that Friday, played the whole practice. It was like a bigger practice, 11v11 day, and was in pain during it. And even during the practice, I was just kind of like, yeah, like I'll have the weekend off, whatever. But then I got home and my knee was just so swollen and so painful. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, why?
Yeah.
Why keep putting myself through this?
Yeah.
And I'd had a conversation with my mom actually earlier in the week, and I told her, like my knee's just kind of going downhill pretty quick. And she was like, why don't you just rip the Band-Aid off? And I was like, Mom, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off at the end of season, But I think that her saying that, and like, moms are always, not always, but most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time they're right.
You knew it in your heart.
And I think it was just kind of like, if I could take myself out of my body and have a conversation with myself, be like, you are doing yourself no favors for your future.
Yeah.
And already, like, what are you doing? You're giving your team a couple minutes at the end of the game. Like, obviously, I loved being back on the field, and I love to be able to like go out there and have fun and compete and be with my teammates and my friends. But it was just like ruining my body for what, Yeah. And I've already put it through so much. So it's funny. I like made the decision just sitting at home alone. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I need to tell all of my people quickly because I didn't want to like feel better in a couple of days and go back on it. So I had date night with Cam that night and just was like, I'm done. And she kind of was like, okay,
she had to see it coming more than
she
anyone,
knows.
right?
Yeah. Called my family the next day, mom, dad, brother, sister, called my agent. And so I think once I did that, I was like, all right,
really,
it's done. And now I just got to tell Gotham and my teammates. And I was actually not super emotional during the weekend. But then when I had to tell the team, I was very emotional.
So talk about that. Did you like go to the locker room and tell everybody, or was it this? Like,
I was like, I got to tell management first. Be like,
okay.
hey guys, I can't do this. I can't play any more soccer. I'm sorry. And did that. So I went and spoke with management, and then
how was management now? Did management handle it?
Everybody was I think everybody was kind of like, why are you still doing this? Like obviously they've been so supportive and patient, but they know that
like everybody knew but you.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think everybody kept looking at me being like, what you doing?
Yeah. Who's gonna tell her?
Exactly. But no one was gonna make that decision for me. I just had to be like, forced into it by myself. But told management, went and spoke to Juan, and he was just like, I'm so like he just like felt so bad that I could not do it anymore.
At least
spoke to medical.
That's how you know it's serious.
Exactly. I'm like,
you guys are getting ready for the playoffs, all of that.
Yeah. And so I felt such a responsibility to try to finish out the season with the team because I didn't want to feel like I was like leaving them and abandoning them in the middle of season or like, getting into playoffs, that sort of thing. But everyone was like, it's okay, So everybody was so understanding and supportive. But then I was like, oh my God, I have to tell the team too. I forgot that I was going to have to do that.
That's
I thought
what
maybe we would
know.
send an email.
So was that like a after practice, everybody's there? That was
there? I went in early to talk to all the different management, coach, and then medical, and then went and swam, and then came back, and we had our team meeting, and I just had my regular clothes on, and at the end of the team meeting, Juan was like, Kelley has something that she wants to share with you guys, and then I just briefly told them. And obviously immediately started crying because I just cried. I'm like, are people built differently that they just cry easier? Do you think? Do you cry? Are you a crier?
No, but I used to cry a lot as a kid. I cried too much. I've cried enough.
Okay, fair enough. Well, anyway, so I told the team, and everyone was just kind of like, obviously hugs and understood. And it's sad, but it's like.
That actually, I just remembered when you said that, though. I did tell my team when I was going to retire. And then they would convince me not to retire.
Oh my God.
So
see?
I stayed one more year.
Oh my God.
And that's why I think I never regret retiring, because I stayed,
You stayed
an extra year.
Yeah.
And
that's
then I
fair.
was like, I knew I should have left last year.
This is all y'all's fault.
No, I was pregnant though. I was
No,
playing
that's fair.
pregnant. So
Okay.
But it's not easy. When you're
No.
talking to your team, I think the team
was the hardest
is
one.
the hardest part,
Yes,
right?
for sure.
Because we know, even beyond what happens on the field or on the court, the camaraderie with your team, the silly parts, the freaking locker room, the bus,
I mean, that's what was
airplane.
keeping me. I'm like, I don't need to win anything. Like, I don't need to. It was truly just like, I've made this commitment to the team.
Yeah.
I love soccer. I want to play as long as I can. And I love the ins and outs. I love the day to day. I love the mundane and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So, and being with my teammates, I'm like, I have a built-in friend group.
Yeah.
And we can shoot the shit and banter. It's just like, we're having fun. This
best.
is fun. We're so
Yeah.
lucky we get to do this. So they definitely kept me in probably longer than I should have been playing. But yeah, it's done.
Well, we're so happy that you're done.
Yeah.
Because guess what we get
I
to
know.
do?
At least we get to hang out.
We
I
get
mean,
to
I'm
go.
still going to be around the team
Yeah.
and like be there for the home games, and just I told them I want to help and support them as best I can or whatever they need.
Will you have one last opportunity to talk to the fans? Like, will you
I
address
will.
them?
Yes, we have a little. I'll have my little retirement celebration game with Gotham on October 20th.
October.
So everybody,
20th.
come. That's enough about me.
No.
Yes, that's enough
Okay.
about me. Okay.
Well, okay, so here we are.
What?
There is a whole, like, some drama going on, right?
Oh.
With all of the teams and
Yes.
trying to get to the playoffs.
Oh, yes. No, this is when it gets exciting.
Yes.
This is when everybody needs to be tuning in
Yeah.
and just like watching that table like hawks.
Who's
because
getting in, who's not.
So 4 teams have clinched.
Mhm.
Orlando, Spirit, Gotham, and KC.
Which one was Portland?
Portland's not clinched.
They not clinched?
Oh no. Portland's in a little
They're
in a tough
dropping.
spot. They're in a tough spot. Yeah, they've been dropping. Unfortunately, have not been doing well since the Olympics. But so the middle of the table is what's going to get really, really interesting. And there's a couple teams that are sitting at like 22, 25, 28 points. And those teams got to fight tooth and nail to not drop points to
And
make
did they
it
play
into
each other?
playoffs. So, okay.
Well, I guess you don't have to get into the...
No, I do want to try to talk about it a little bit because
Okay.
here's the deal. Portland and Chicago, they're kind of like they're 6th and 7th right now.
Okay.
29 points for Chicago,
8 teams get in?
8 teams get in,
Yeah.
28 points for Portland.
Okay.
But I think out of the teams that are right in the middle, Chicago has to play basically, I think, Spirit, Gotham, North Carolina, and KC.
Oh, so they have the toughest schedule.
I think that they have the toughest schedule. However, Portland has to play a lot of the middle pack of teams. And it's kind of interesting. It's like, what happens once a team clinches, right? Do they take the time
to rest
to
players.
rest players, but also work on things that you might not have been able to work on, like work on your weaknesses, maybe try to run a couple different systems, try a little bit of different tactics, work on, we're a pressing team, but we want to sit in a low block, see what happens.
But let me ask you this. Sometimes teams that clinch can determine the destiny of other teams.
Correct.
And you don't want to make the mistake of taking off on a team that you could see that could possibly beat you later too, right?
No, it's true. It's so that's the question. It's like, do these teams who have clinched want to stay on their games? They've clinched, Orlando's like, why would we do anything differently?
Right.
We want to keep going. I mean, if I'm the coach, I'm going to work on things that I think I might see in the playoffs.
Right.
And try to nail that before it matters. If there's 5 games left, again, 4 teams have clinched. We got a middle pack. We got people fighting tooth and nail. Angel City's right at the cutoff mark. Bay being their first season. Are they going to make it into their playoffs? I don't think Angel City's never made the playoffs before. So it's like we have these teams.
Angel City's LA, right?
Yes, we have these teams that have so much to fight for.
Yeah.
Maybe next week I'll come back and say who I think is going to be in the playoffs for sure.
Scary scene. Trinity Rodman got wheeled off the field after suffering. She said she had back spasms.
Yeah, so she went down.
So she's okay.
Sounds like she's okay. But I think it was a scary moment for, as a friend, teammates, the fans, watching her be in so much pain on the side of the field. And then obviously she had to get wheeled off. She couldn't walk on her own to the bench. And I think she went to the locker room and then came back out. But nice that her coach kind of gave the update and that she's okay.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see if she's available for this weekend. I actually think this is interesting because Spirit play Angel City. And if Angel City can take some points off of Spirit, a team that at full strength, you're going to go with Spirit to win. That's, if I'm Angel City, I'm hoping Trinity's not playing. I'm hoping Trinity's okay, but I'm hoping she's not playing. Let's be real. Anytime you play Spirit, you want Trinity to have an excused absence or something.
Because Trinity make teams go night-night.
Exactly. You want more cellies. You want more celebrations. Okay, so
yeah, like why aren't they showing out in the celebration
because you got Trinity doing fun ones. You got KC. I know. So here's the thing. When the only time I've ever really been part of celebrations is that you plan them ahead of time.
Right.
And I don't mind that. I'm a defender, so I'm kind of like, yeah, if we score, I'm running up there. What do you want me to do? Participate in this sort of thing. But for me, I think that people probably aren't doing these, Casey's doing really well. Trinity knows she's probably always going to score or has a very high chance of scoring.
Right.
But other teams are like, we just need to win. They're more focused, I think, on that than what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
And does it
100%.
jinx it or not?
Exactly.
Also,
I think
have it in your head.
Yeah.
The wave of the whole team start kick worming. Right?
Exactly. No, so I think that Lo LeBonta has always done these celebrations, and I think that it's kind of the type of thing where if you do it and you haven't jinxed it, keep doing it. But I
feel like we need to add some little pizzazz, if we will.
I feel like more.
They should be prepped to do a TikTok, just a little cute little a TikTok dance where the whole team kind of knows the step side to side and record it, something, because we need to keep the fans engaged.
That's fair. This is a PSA to all the girls in the NWSL. Can we get some celebrations that we can talk about
something
next week?
I appreciate it.
I'll bring it to Gotham
from Trinity.
Personally.
Yes.
But everybody else,
all right,
show us your best celebration this weekend.
All right, I'm gonna start looking up some videos.
And then we'll rate them.
We should start making little videos that they can mimic.
Okay.
That's what we should do.
You're on that.
Yeah.
You just tell me what I need to do.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Because you're a scorer.
Yes.
I'm just out there.
All right, I got you. We got you guys. We're gonna come up with one.
All right, perfect. I can't wait.
Let's go.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Fast friends.
We are done. Oh, almost put your eye out. Sorry. No.
Ta-da!
Boom.
There's a run.